It's week 4 of the NFL, and our focus is on Dameon Pierce. He was steady for him on the ground a week ago, reaching the century mark and adding a score. It's the Texans and the Steelers, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 24.
On a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. Today it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Houston Texans. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. They've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, they come in 0-3 and in desperate need of a win.
And as a team, you start to feel a little bit snake bit. They need something good to happen right now so they know it's not just them. They think they have the makings of a good team.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. So here are the Texans now with a fresh face at quarterback, the second overall pick from Ohio State, C.J. Stroud.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Well, the numbers for Pierce last week. 22 carries, 122 yardage-wise, and a score as well.
Just an excellent performance from them on the ground last week, and that speaks to an offense that is operating at a high level on all fronts. Of course, that man running the ball, he's just seeing the field so well. But don't forget about his offensive line. They've really asserted their will out there, and are confident they can repeat it again this week.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Play action. Here's Stroud. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And he is going to have the Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Give left side for Pierce. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. You look at this Steeler defense. They're a unit that struggled some against the run, no doubt, coming in 25th out of 32 teams.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against the run very well.
Ball at a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. Now Stroud. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. On is the punter, Johnston now, as he sends this one away. Now they try a lateral, but it doesn't work. It's a loose ball. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. So not only did they get the fumble recovery on the punt, but now look at this field position. He almost took it the distance.
And the ability to not just make the play, but turn it into something big, that's what coaches harp on all the time. How do we create big plays that'll change the game? And that may have been one that just did.
Now a timeout called for by the defense, and that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this first quarter. 3rd and goal, Stroud. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming 4th down.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground. And now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. As they finally get their chance on offense, 1st and 10. Now the 3rd-year man, Najee Harris. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. Oh, this one, that may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Two minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Pickett now from the gun here. They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now the Texans have earned the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Stroud out of the gun here. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Look in the middle of the field, and he's got him right complete. They do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Here we go now on 1st and goal. And Stroud now to throw. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Dalton Schultz, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive of 4 plays. And it was the tight end Dalton Schultz on the touchdown reception to cap the drive. And a mistake on the lateral. It's a loose ball. And the Texans scoop it. And they bring this one back. Final return for the Texans touchdown. So they get the 1-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch.
And oh, it's blocked. The Steelers get it. Does the big boy have the juice? And he takes it the distance across the goal line for 2 points. Well, I think there was a lot of surprise from the kicking team there. After the block, they kind of froze and then realized, oh, wait, they can return this, and they returned it all the way.
And you know why they froze? Not often do you get that second sound, right? There's the kick, you hear that, and then there's that second thud when there's a block. That's when people freeze and they have to realize where the ball is. They picked it up and took it the other way.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Gunnar Olszewski bringing it out. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. One more drive here for the Steeler offense in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
It'll be a gain of 3 on what should be the final play of this first half. So we've come upon, and we'll jump right over halftime and keep the game going here in week 4. Second half kickoff ready to go. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Here. He's past the 30. Gunnar Olszewski. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Such an electric play. So much fun to watch. And you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
Pickett and the rest of the Steeler offense staying on the field. They'll go for 2. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. So the drive for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call. And he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion. And now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. So here are the Texans to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. And they'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. And Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Alex Highsmith making the nice play and getting the sack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Able to slither by. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Stroud on 3rd down now. Backfield. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9. Here's Cameron Johnston now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Now they'll fake the jet sweep, but now here's Pickett off play action. Dancing to his left. And that, nearly picked off. It would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's 2nd down. Pickett sets up play action. Man open is Robinson. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Off the play fake, here's Pickett. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
In motion right is Robinson. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and off the play action, he'll look to throw it. He'll buy some time right. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Now they send a man in motion right. Now they fake the jet sweep there and a run instead with Harris. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have scored again in this third quarter, this time to move out in front. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Their lead, they have seen it evaporate completely after such a good first half. They've been shut down here in the third quarter.
Searching for answers, trying to figure out what it's going to take to get back to where they were before.
Back now in Houston. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the fourth quarter. Stroud to throw it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And fantastic field position has them just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line in the red zone.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. They'll be hoping to work a little clock and try to add on to this slim fourth quarter lead, but whatever happens on this drive, certainly a huge fumble recovery by their defense at this juncture. Following the fumble recovery, Pickett sliding out of the pocket. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. 2nd and 1 from the 2. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. Now fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And the former Rice Al Boswell puts this one through in his return to Houston. And that'll make this a 7-point game. Well, no field goal attempts for him until the final quarter, but no hesitation on his end. He comes right out and nails his first field goal try.
And give him a lot of credit, too, because he stood there the entire ball game, but has managed to stay with it both mentally and physically. When they called on him, he was ready, and he knocked it through the posts.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. So Stroud and the Texans down 20-13, 2:07 remaining. Stroud, they'll have one play here just north of the 2-minute warning. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Had no command that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Here's Stroud. Got his man, it's Woods. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout. Stroud to throw it. He finds his target, it's Schultz. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
Like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Here's Stroud. Over the middle, that's caught by Woods. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
Now Stroud. He finds his man complete. That's Schultz. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Stroud. Caught left side. Here's Dell. Clock's under a minute. Still playing time. They have all 3 timeouts.
That means they have plenty of options in their play calling and where they target on the field. They can throw it downfield, maybe even in the middle, and use their timeouts.
Stroud looks to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Pierce.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
Stroud back to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling pretty good about what was going on. And that was taken away from them by their own mistake.
Yeah, the opportunity squashed. Here's 2nd and 10. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Rolling to his right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. He's got a man. Complete. Through the middle of the field. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. But what we just saw, we've seen a lot of broken tackles, and they're leading to a huge touchdown play.
Yeah, none of them more glaring than what we just saw there, but we've seen it throughout this game, whether it's in tight, running through the line, out in open field. They haven't been able to get these runners down very well. I have a feeling they'll be in pads a lot next week, working on their tackling.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. So now the story changes. Trailing in this one now. At time, a huge factor. A shotgun snap to Stroud. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That's pretty difficult to sum it up offense in a 2-minute drill. When your guys have struggled to put points on the board all afternoon, there's an incompletion right there.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
If this offense can't get it done, they'll think back to just a few plays and say to themselves, this was a winnable game, and we let it get away. Still a chance to save it, but time's definitely running out.
And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for Pittsburgh, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first win of the season here in Week 4. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Texans, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons.